We're here today to introduce the Farmer Act, and my staff did a great job on that. Farmer Act actually stands for Farmer Ag Risk Management, Enhancement, and Resilience. So it's easy to remember, and actually that's exactly what it does. So they did a great job naming it, and I want to thank, of course, our ranking member, Senator Bozeman, for being here and being a co-sponsor on the bill. And I don't know how many of you know it, but he used to be a rancher. I don't know if he had the largest herd in Arkansas, but probably he did because he always goes big. But he is a real live rancher and a man after my own heart because I think it was Hereford, wasn't it? So he obviously had great taste because that's what... Registered. Registered, not polled, registered Hereford, and that's exactly what my grandfather had. So he showed great judgment there. Speaking of cattle ranchers, also Cindy Hyde-Smith, she and her husband, of course, real live ranchers and run an auction barn as well. Senator Marshall, who is from the great ag state of Kansas, are all here to talk about this bill. We have other sponsors as well, including Senator Ernst and Senator Fisher, Nebraska, another great state, and of course Senator Grassley, Iowa. So great farm states, and I'm really pleased to have them all joining me on this legislation. Now to talk about it, as you'll see, if you look over here, make sure before you leave you take a good close. These are all of the farm organizations that support this legislation. All of these farm organizations have endorsed this legislation. That's important because take a look. You'll see they're all up there, and they have already endorsed this legislation even before we've introduced it, which of course we're doing right now. But in addition to represent some of those organizations so they can tell you why they're supporting it, we have Mark Watney here, who I've known for a long time. His family and ours go way, way back. He's long-time farm family. He's the president of North Dakota Farmers Union, and they do such amazing things. Mark has been just a visionary leader for North Dakota Farmers Union. He'll be here to talk about the bill, or is here to talk about the bill. Patrick Johnson with the National Cotton Growers, and then Kenny Harmon with the National Corn Growers, again showing that this is about covering all of agriculture. This really is about bringing everybody together and covering all of agriculture. So as I say, we're introducing the Farmer Act, and essentially what it does is it puts more farm in the Farm Bill. And that's what we need to do. To get this Farm Bill passed, we need more farm in the Farm Bill. What does that mean? That means we've got enhanced crop insurance, which is exactly what this bill does, and we have to strengthen the countercyclical safety net, ARC and PLC, because that is the safety net. That is the risk management structure for our farmers and ranchers across this country. So it's vitally important, and that's what we mean. And you'll hear me say it, you'll hear our ranking member say it, you'll hear all of us say it. We need more farm in this Farm Bill in order to get it passed. And so this legislation specifically strengthens crop insurance. And how does it do it? It does it in two ways. One, by enhancing the buy-up, providing more support to buy a higher level of coverage, and that it actually provides then higher levels of coverage on a more affordable basis, not only at the enterprise level, so not only at the farm level, but also at the supplemental coverage option level, which is incredibly important that you have that. And in addition to providing that on a more affordable basis, it also directs that USDA evaluate and determine how they can make crop insurance more affordable and work better when you have large counties in your state. So Iowa's kind of set up perfectly, right, for crop insurance because it's a square state, not real big geographically, and they have 99 counties that are all like perfectly square and the same size. So SCO works pretty darn, and surprising, I don't find that surprising given the strong leadership of Grassley and Harkin over many years on a bipartisan basis, that gee, it works great in Iowa. Good job, RMA, but it went for states like, I don't know, let's just pick some at random. North Dakota, there's one. Arkansas, there's another one. Texas, where you have large counties, it needs some work. And so this is all about making the #1 risk management tool that our farmers use better. Gee, what a good idea for a farm bill. And if this is included, then I think our chances to pass this farm bill this year get much, much better. But really, it doesn't only just benefit farmers, it benefits taxpayers. This is the most cost-effective way to provide risk management for our farmers and ranchers. So taxpayers benefit as well. I mean, for a fraction of the cost of what you're going to do in ad hoc disaster bills, you have the kind of coverage that farmers need and know that they can count on. And both in regards to the challenges they face with weather as well as with prices. And you know, even with trade agreements, that causes prices to come down. So, you know, across the board, this helps our farmers, and that's why, across the country, and that's why they say it's their number one risk management tool. And the other thing is, it's good for all Americans. Think about it. We talk about a farm bill being for farmers and ranchers, but a good farm bill is for every single American. Think about it. Our farmers and ranchers produce the highest quality, lowest cost food supply in the world. And every American benefits from that every single day. And remember, it's food, fuel, and fiber, but just from a food standpoint, every single day, every single American benefits from the highest quality, lowest cost food supply brought to us by our farmers and ranchers. Americans spend less of their budget than any other developed country on their food, and they have better food and a better choice, right? It's national security. We don't have to worry about food security, right? And the last thing is this, before I turn it over to our esteemed ranking member on the Ag Committee. Think about this. We have 16 million people involved in agriculture across this country. Farming, ranching, directly, indirectly, okay? We have in agriculture a system of small businesses, family-based businesses in farming and ranching across this country. And I've already said they produce the highest quality, lowest cost food supply, right? We cannot afford to take that for granted. Do we want agriculture to become like a lot of other industries in this country where they're just controlled by a few big companies? Right? No. This system of family-based small businesses across this country, a way of life, we have, and in a large part, that farm bill is a key part of it. It's just like you walk in this room, you turn on the lights, you take it for granted. Well, we better not take that system of agriculture we have for granted, and we better put more farm in this farm bill because it benefits every single American every single day.